Good morning, children. I am your social science teacher. Today, let us continue with the lesson Crafts and Industries. See, children, in the previous topic, we have studied about Indian textiles in the world market. How the post-industrial revolution took place. The English textile industry demanded a ban on the import of Indian textiles. Keeping the interest of the English textile industry, the British government passed the Calico Act in 1720. So, which banned the use of printed cotton textiles, chintz in England. So, today let us move on to the topic drain of wealth. See, children, here the British devised a systematic strategy to drain India's wealth. The Britishers wanted to drain away, means to clean it, India's wealth, children. The nationalist leader, Dadabhai Naoroji, was the first to point out how the Indian wealth was being drained off to Britain without any returns. He was the first person to make out how this Indian goods was being sent to Britain without any returns. He believed that the British oppressive policies drained the wealth of India and led to the impoverishment of the Indian industries, children. So, the theory of economic drain indicated the exploitative character of the British rule. So, the next here is industrial growth in the 20th century. Due to the efforts of some visionaries, Indian industries witnessed a slow revival in the second half of the 19th century. Mainly, two kinds of industries developed there: plantation industry and machine-based industry. See, children, in plantation industries, vast stretches of land on which crops such as tea, coffee and rubber were grown were known as plantations, and there were a huge demand of these goods in European markets, which gave an impetus to the plantation. Most of these plantations were owned by the Britishers, and the laborers who worked in these plantations were subjected to much oppressions. And during this period, the tea plantations were established in various parts of Assam, Bengal, South India. And several coffee plantations were also set up in different parts of India. So now the machine-based industries, from the beginning of the 19th century, Bombay emerged an important trading center. It was an important trading center in India. The first cotton mill was established in Bombay. Why they established all this was because it was very near to the seaport. So, in 1854, they established in Bombay. By 1900, around 84 mills started operating from Bombay, and most of these mills were owned by Parsi and Gujaratis. But they were businessmen who earned money by trading with China. In 1861, a cotton mill was established in Ahmedabad, and in 1862 other cotton mill was set up in Kanpur. And so these cotton mills created a huge demand for jobs. People from village just flooded to the cities to work in these mills. And in the initial years, children, Indian textile industries faced many challenges. Most of the countries, the infant industry was protected by the government by imposing every import duties. The colonial government in India refused to protect the Indian industry. And the most important industry which came during the First World War between the period of 1914 to 18, when the import from Britain declined and the colonial government encouraged the Indian industry to produce the materials which they needed in war. So, iron and steel industry, it was a remarkable progress which made in the field of metallurgy. The excellent quality of this word of Tipu Sultan bears testimony to the brilliant craftsmanship. The hard and sharp edge of the swords could tear apart metal armor. High carbon steel called woods, producing South India, was used to make these swords. So iron and steel industry also was a very remarkable progress during this period. And how decline in iron and smelting took place, they were very common till end of 19th century, and almost most of the districts in Bihar and central India had smelters who used local deposits of iron ore to produce utensils and tools of daily users. And the colonial forest laws drastically affected the business of iron smelting. The iron smelters could not collect wood from the forest, which they used as a charcoal to start their furnaces. And so children, they could not extract of implementation to the forest laws. By the middle of 19th century, the colonial government started importing iron and steel from Britain. Now ironsmith used imported iron to produce materials for daily use. And by the beginning of the 20th century, ironsmiths faced new challenges in the form of competition, and which came from the iron and steel industries established in India. So now Tata Iron and Steel Industry, which has been located in Jamshedpur, children, on the banks of the river Subarnareka, and this factory started producing from the year 1912 during the First World War. Tata Iron and Steel Company, they received a demand from the British government to help with the development of the Indian railways and to produce war materials. So by 1919, the colonial government brought up to 90% of total steel produced by TISCO. Gradually, the industrial class in India became very prominent. Eventually, they played a very important role in the freedom struggle, children. So thank you all, children. Have a nice day. Today I'll be giving question and answers. Please complete it.